Today is an exciting day. We're going to interview Brenda, my mother. She was born in the time that does just not exist anymore. Some stories I can't even believe that she lived through, like the milkman. I only seen that in movies, or like the chicken man. I didn't even know that there was a watermelon man.
Or the 5 and dime store where
Okay.
you can go get a pound of chicken wings.
All right, we're gonna interview you right now. So we're gonna get ready to interview her. This should be very interesting. I mean, I found it interesting. So.
And segregation was also a thing.
All right, Jameson, put that down. Stop before you hit Grandma in the face. Put it down. Okay, here we go. Featuring her granddaughter and grandson. Okay, you guys got to be quiet and let her tell her story. But you got to speak up because sometimes the audio in here is her story. But you got to speak up because sometimes the audio in here is
I'm
like
gonna ask questions.
not the
Bitch
greatest.
hit me in my face.
Ew, Noelle, what is that? All right, go ahead. You're on. Go ahead.
Okay, you asked me a question.
Well, go ahead. Just tell your story. How you was telling
Okay,
your
I was
sister.
born in Chicago, Illinois, in what they call a young hotel building, I think. But I was born by a midwife.
A what? Hotel building?
I think that's what they call it.
A what?
The Young. The name of it was Young.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Stop it!
I can.
The name of
Be
it was
quiet.
Young. I have 2 sisters, Joanne, Carol, 3 brothers, Andy,
Andy,
Michael, Donald.
Michael.
I have
You can
lost
sit over
2
there.
brothers. But coming up in those days, you know, it was like the
You were born in. Weren't you born in Chicago?
Yeah, I was born in Chicago, Illinois.
And a midwife delivered you? Okay.
Yeah, a midlife delivery. And my auntie,
Stop. Let her
my
talk.
auntie used to live in a place where Al Capone them used to have all of their wives.
What? Really? Your who? Your
My
grandma?
auntie, my auntie.
What? 1 second. Jameson. Stop. Go ahead.
My auntie lived in this building where Al Capone used to store a line and stuff. We found that in the basement where we wasn't supposed to go one day. But my grandmother raised us. After my mom passed, I was 4 years old.
Will you tell us a little bit about your grandmother? What year was she born? How old was
My
she?
grandmother was born in 1914.
Dang.
June 14.
god.
June 14th?
June 14, 1914, and she could have been a jazz singer and everything. But after my mom passed, she gave up all of that to raise her 6 grandchildren. So I went to Marshall School.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
I went to Marshall School before it was a high school. Then we moved to this place they call Jewtown, and that's where my story began. That I know, with my grandmother and the 6 of us, we had love because we had to eat what's on the table. The children now don't do that. They McDonald's and all that other stuff that they like to eat. But we had the watermelon man come by. And a lot of people don't really believe that in Chicago.
The watermelon man?
Yeah. He come by, watermelon, man. I got the fresh, big red watermelon. Then we had the fruit man come by in his little basket, in his little truck. All kind of peaches and apples and summer fruit, plums.
Yeah.
We got the peaches. We got the nectarine, the orange. We got any type of fruit you want.
They got greens, beans, tomatoes. You name it.
Has anyone ever told him to shut up?
But then, coming up like that,
Stop. Grandma's telling
they
the story.
call it the lottery now, but they used to it used to be called a policy. When the man come by and you pick out your numbers and you play your numbers. And
Really?
They call it the policy, but it was
They
still
used to call it
legal.
the and then it turned into the lotto?
Yeah, I think that's what started the lotto.
Wow.
Because the policy players used to be illegal. And
So it was it was illegal that he used to come around to the door and pick number?
Yeah, it was illegal. And then just bring that back, welfare was different too. Because when we was on welfare, my brother and them could not. They used to have to try on the pants to make sure it wasn't a man pants. And we couldn't have a phone, we couldn't have TV, we couldn't have an iron.
I don't get it. They used to have to try on the pants to make sure.
Yeah, because they thought maybe it might have been a man that lived in there. Have you seen the movie Claudine?
A man that
I
lived
haven't
in
seen
the
it.
pants?
Stop! No, she's trying to tell a story. Stop. Everything's not funny. Go sit. Do you want to go sit over there? No, seriously.
Laughing.
Okay, go ahead. It's like for real, a real piece of history. Like we're not gonna have grandma forever. These are like great stories. Like your grandmother was born in 1955. Like this is like history that, like, I'm like even privileged to hear. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Okay, so no, I haven't seen that movie. So they used to have like a pair of pants that
they come in and they want the men. We had like the boys had to try on the pants to make sure they wasn't man pants. And we didn't have a phone.
But I'm sorry, back to that. But how did that work? Because what if you had like like someone who was husky, like he was a boy but he was like fat?
But if he can fit the pants, then it was their pants. They didn't worry about it if he can fit it. But grown up pants, like it can be like a grown man pants. If they was like Jameson side, why would you have grown man pants in your house?
Oh, okay, I get it. I'm sorry, had to.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So then we couldn't have a telephone.
You couldn't. This is.
Well, now back then welfare, you just had to have the basic.
Oh, okay, just be for real broke, right? Just like for real broke.
Just real
poor,
broke.
almost poor.
That's it. That's all you had to have, and we get a check 3 times a month. You get one on the first, one on the 15, and a little bit, the small one. And then you got food stamps. And we used to go to this store called Magavich. And on the first, everybody knew. Because everybody goes shopping and they deliver all your groceries there. You just go shopping, they'll deliver it to your house. Miss Bobby, grocery man here. And they bring in the groceries and we be happy putting the groceries up and going to school. Everybody come with picking their teeth because they know they got that good bologna there. What you have for lunch? You had a good lunch because you got the check and the food stamps. So that was...
So I recall that you telling me when you got food stamps back in the day, it used to be a box. Or was that a wick box?
Food stamps.
Stop.
No, when we got food stamps, we got the food stamps.
Okay, so what were you telling me?
We got government cheese when they come and bring the cheese.
So who got government cheese? People on welfare?
Yeah, they bring it by a box.
Oh, okay.
The cheese, the peanut butter. There used to be some damn good cheese. You make some good grilled cheese out of it.
Okay.
You got the cheese, a can of peanut butter, one in a jar.
It was in a can?
of peanut
How big
butter.
was it?
One of them sort of like big size cans.
So how did you close it to store it?
It had the little, once you open it, you push, put the little plastic.
Oh, okay. I had a plastic top.
We had that. We had, and a lot of people don't believe this in Chicago, but it's true. We had the pot belly stove where we had the coal man to come by. We get the coal, and in the wintertime, man, you see everybody with the guys have the axe, chopping wood in the wagon. The kids have it, the boys have the axe, and the girls they go any tall buildings they got. We had to go get the wood, and we be having frozen snot on our nose and our eyebrows, and we just be going and getting the wood, come back. And then the coal man come and leave a pile of coal in the corner, outside in the corner. We had our coal. And that's how we got warm. It was like us sleeping in, we had family love. And we all had to sit down and eat dinner together. And when my grandmother said, get up, what?
No, it just made me think of a story you told of Uncle Fine. That's the oldest brother, right? Mm-hmm. About when your grandma told him to spell squirrel.
Oh yeah.
Y'all used to have a spelling test.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, my grandmother, she went back to school herself, but what she used to do to us, we had to have our own little spelling test, and me and Michael was almost the smart ass.
so who is Michael?
That's my other brother. He was Donnie. Donnie is the youngest, then Michael. Fine is the oldest boy.
Which is, they call him Fine, but his real name is Andy.
His real name Andy. So Fine was, I know I'm doing the boys. Fine was the oldest boy. Then Michael, then Donnie.
Okay.
And my grandmother had us to do spelling tests and stuff because we had all type of books. And when we came home from school, and so she asked my brother Fine to spell squirrel. And Fine got mad. And me and Michael was laughing because, yes. And she said, what come after S, boy? Yes. What come after S? Yes. And Michael said, Q. And S-Q. Oh, fat Michael bothering me. That's why I can't spell it. Because he's bothering me. So she told Michael to spell it. Michael said, S. That's true. What else, Fine? What else, Frog? What else? And they got mad. Michael said, what is this? What is this? What is this? Oh, I-R-R-E-L. I told you I know how to spell it. He just was messing with me.
I have a question.
So is you and Michael, your middle brother, always the one getting in trouble? Is it true?
Me, Michael, and Carol was, you might want to say the badass. Joanne, Fine, and Donnie was more calm.
Is it true that your grandma used to make you go get a switch?
Yeah, she'd tell us to go. Who's gonna get a switch to get your ass whooped?
So did you have to do it?
Yeah, we had to go do it. And if we did, she had a belt. Sometimes she had a belt around her neck. You know.
Tell us what she said before she whipped you.
Oh, I'm gonna get you for old and new. When I get you, I'm gonna get you for old and new. And I remember one time she was gonna whoop me, and I ran up under the bed, and she got the broom and started shooting up under the bed. And then it was funny. You think about it now. Two things happened to me, and my cousin Kim, she dead now. But I peed on her. I actually peed in the bed, but I was scared because I know I was going to get my butt whooped. So what I did, I got up over my cousin Kim.
So why didn't you just go to the bathroom?
Because they all talking about that house had ghosts in it, and I was scared. So I got up over my cousin's Kim, because we slept in the same bed, because so many in there, and I pissed on her. And then she woke up until about 5-6 years ago.
Before she died?
Before she died, I told her before she got sick and everything. I said, that wasn't no ghost. You remember that time you swore a ghost pissed on you? That was me. So Uncle May was going to whoop my butt and I wasn't going to the bathroom, so I peed on you, and that's when I woke you up and you said you saw the pee coming out the ceiling. She said, quit lying. I said, no, that was me for real. She said, I whooped your ass right now. But that was me. I peed on it. And then one day, see, back then in the summertime, the kids don't know how to have fun. In Chicago, we had some fun. We
Jameson.
got up early in the morning, so we're going out. Everybody was up because everybody know everybody. It's like in the Griffin neighborhood. I shitted in the bed.
How do you do that?
So my brother Michael, I had got up, took my little shower, had my clothes, and so Joanne, my older sister, got up crying. We called my grandmother Bobby. Bobby! Bob! Bring them doodle in the bed. And my grandmother got up and said, that heifer. Because she didn't cuss. Only curse word my grandmother would use was shit, to them, lie was a curse word.
I remember growing up, I would be like, "You lying?" You get mad at me.
Yeah, we couldn't say that.
Yeah, I couldn't say lie.
She said that heifer, and she told Michael to go get me. Michael came around. Brenda done shit in the bed. She gonna get a whooping. It look like chopped up steak. He told the whole neighborhood. And so when I got home, when I got home, my grandmother said, and we couldn't lie. My grandmother said, what did you do? Honey, I didn't do nothing. Go get that and take it to the garbage.
How old were you?
I think that's about 9, 10.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Why did you poop in the bed though?
I don't know.
I thought I finished the story. Okay, go
So
ahead.
I took it to the garbage, and when I came back, she wore my butt up. I'm standing outside in the rain on the stair, crying. Ah, come in this house, and I'm crying. And then our neighbor, Ernest, he's dead too. This young man, he said, he used to sing real good. Oh, she getting her ass whooped now. She won't go in the house. But it was something like that he's saying, and I'm like, and the rain just coming down on me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get on whooping. But me and Carol and Michael, for some reason, we got all the damn whoopings. Joanne, Fine, Johnny, no matter what, they didn't get. I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess me and Carol Michael were just some badass kids. That's all. What else you
So-
want to know?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How many men were there like to do stuff, like deliver stuff?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how it seems like there's almost a man for everything? Like the fruit man, the milk man.
I don't know how many men it was. They just come. The
And then-
fruit man, the watermelon man.
And then I have another question. So around
Shut
that
the
time,
door.
there was still segregation, and you are.
Oh
a
yeah,
black
we'll
woman.
get to that. We'll get to that. We're gonna do a part two. But
Anyway, okay. So then I have a question about your grandma. Did your grandma go through slavery?
I don't know.
well, no, she was born in
No,
1914.
She was born in
No,
1914. Maybe her parents
yeah,
did, but no.
no.
My grandmother.
But didn't you say that your dad's dad? Your dad was born in what year?
I don't know.
You don't
My
know?
dad?
Your dad.
Oh, 1931.
Okay, so your dad was born in 1931. So was it his? Can you go wipe his butt? Go help him. 1 second. Didn't you say that it was his dad that died? Like somebody shot him?
Yeah, my dad.
Your grandfather.
My grandfather. His name was Orange Gully.
Orange Gully.
Orange.
Orange.
Orange, like a orange. Orange Gully. And they said that my grandfather was one of them peoples that didn't take shit off, nobody too much. And they called my grandma Miss Lucille and said he did a job, and you know how they pay all the white folks first. And he said, oh no, I did the same job they did. I want to get paid too. Right there. So
Wait a minute.
So then after that, they did something, and he wouldn't let nobody whoop his kids. And so they came there and asked my grandma, Miss Lucille, what orange? And he came out the house and they shot him dead in front of his kids because they were scared of him. And when they get scared of you back then, what do? They get rid of you.
That's sad.
So, that's
Well,
what they did.
Mom, I
like
really,
this book.
I am. I enjoyed this interview. We're gonna do a part 2. I'm looking forward to part 2. So, thank you for sharing this with us. And I apologize for that. We're so used to it now, and I swear they changed the battery in this fire thing. I might have to call the fire department or something. But it's still beeping. And I'm sorry. Okay. Wipe your own butt. You're big enough to wipe your own butt. Wipe it.
He don't wipe it good. It be all up his.
Hey.
What is
I hope that ain't on there.
ending?
Is that on there?
Oh,